welcome to Craft Me Daddy. I'm Althea.
And I'm Tiff.
And today we are going to talk about bad sex stories.
Yeah.
And what we're thankful for. Because yesterday was Thanksgiving. I know this is not going to be aired for like
3 months.
Yeah. But we're going to have a list of what we're thankful for just because it's a good thing to do anyways. And we're also going to make earrings. And the inspiration I had today was because I'm like obsessed with miniature things. And with my kids over the years, they've always had like little toys. And like they just like, I find them on the ground like this tiny little mini frog. I don't even know where this came from, but like somehow I've collected over the years mini things like this little tiny I don't even know what it is, but it's like a little thing, you know, like all these little things like this alien. Some of it might have been from the dentist office where I get all giddy and I use the quarters and I have like little dogs. Wait, did I not bring the little dogs? Well, so they had like this toy machine at the dentist office, and they had mini stuff, and I would just like obsess over it. But anyways, I wanted to make earrings out of them, and Tiff, has so many wonderful earrings that she's already created anyways, with epoxy, right?
Yeah, I do like have a lot of these like Ouija pieces, and they have like dried flowers in them. It's kind of hard to tell from there, but we'll post a picture online, and then I'm gonna make them some fucking dangly earrings, bro.
Yeah, and it's also like almost the Christmas season, so, and I used to do markets a lot, but we're gonna be starting to sell at like markets, and I have one coming up for my kids' school at Sparrow, but we're going to be selling a lot of our stuff there. So yeah, we're going to make earrings, and Tiffany just drilled holes in a bunch of the little things so that we could put the
things in the things.
Yeah, the little tiny screws. Like, I'm sure you can't see it, but they're like little
can't see that, yeah.
loops that you can screw on to connect the metal pieces.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. And talking about bad sex stories, which I got a lot.
Which is funny because like you haven't had nearly like as many. I have like, hold on, let's pause for a second.
Okay.
I have yeah.
So you think
I've
surprised
had more
about mine?
Well, I'm just saying that like I'm sure you have some, right? Because anybody,
because
experiencing
I've been married
sex
for
is
1,000 years.
But like I've been single for so long that I have so many.
Ooh.
But I have more good sex than bad sex stories in general. So
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it is good.
Yeah, I've had some good sex.
It might mean that I'm crazy.
Why?
Because haven't you ever noticed that, like you have better sex with the crazy ones? Maybe you just haven't noticed that yet. You'll catch on.
Yeah,
The
maybe.
sex is always better with the narcissist.
I've heard that a lot, but the main narcissist that I've dealt with, my ex, that was the worst part of my marriage. Is our sex was terrible.
Yeah,
Horrible. That I dreaded it.
yeah.
So, but I have heard a lot when,
Yeah.
when I was learning about narcissists.
Because
people always say they have good sex with narcissists.
The chemistry is, even though it's not real, we don't know it.
Is
and
it
the
because they're
chemistry
good at vacuuming you in and puffing up?
There's just always passion, and there's always just a high level of passion.
I bet it's because they're good at.
Because they fabricate it.
Okay.
But it's still
that makes sense.
Hot and heavy, especially in the beginning, where it's like, oh my gosh, and there's all this stuff, and the sex is great, and you just feel amazing, and it was, and then they're fucking nuts.
Okay.
But I've also had some crazy boyfriends that were not great at sex. So
yeah,
there's that.
Yeah. So, do you want to start with your most
I don't even. I mean, I didn't like have time to like rank any of it, but.
Or just what comes to the top of your head is like one of your worst sex stories.
Well, I remember there was a guy that I was dating. He was a really great guy. And I liked him a lot as a person. But when we were having sex, when we started finally having sex, it was just not compatible. And I remember one time, and this is like a short story, but there was a couple of times that we had bad sex. And ultimately, I think it led me to the point where like, I didn't really want to... it was just kind of like, I think.
And you were just dating him?
Yeah, we were just dating. Like, we had started or whatever. It was a thing. And one of the times was like, he came over and I was just like, oh my God, I just like want you so much. I do the little dirty talk, So he comes over and we have sex. Well, we're in the kitchen and like, I just really wanted him to like bend me over the kitchen counter, But, we're being safe. We're using condoms. And so he bends me over and we have sex. And then I guess he comes and he doesn't really tell me. And he just kind of stops. But the condom's still in there. But he like goes limp before he like...
You're reminding me of some bad sex stories.
He pulls, backs out. And the condom stays in. And then just like... Because I'm in my work clothes still.
And he came in the condom.
He came in the condom and it was done, but I didn't really know.
Sack of sperm inside of you.
And so it stayed in because he waited until it was soft before he pulled out. And so then it stayed in. And then when I like moved, because I was like, didn't realize it was still in there, it poured all over my fucking boots.
Oh my God.
Poured all over my boots. It was disgusting. And I was like...
Well, at least it didn't pour inside of you.
Well, yeah, 100%. Well, the first time me and this guy ever had sex, he just... And I was like, what is with these motherfuckers?
You think your sperm is just
like what
okay to be...
What did you think? What didn't your mother ever teach you about the birds and the bees? Good Jeez. Lord. So, I don't know. But that was like the first time that we ever did it. He came inside and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And it was really quickly. He just didn't...
What did he say? Did he realize?
He did.
Did he say anything?
Just... I don't think he knew, because he had also been in, a 20-year marriage or whatever. And so, I don't think he knew, sexicate.
New word.
Sexicate.
Who are the people out there that you have to tell that there's a new word? You said it in one of our episodes. Pay attention, you people that make the dictionary.
Merriam-Webster.
You said something else.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, there's a new word.
New word.
Sex etiquette. Sexicate.
Sexicate.
Come on, guys.
And
know
so,
your sexicate.
And that wasn't because I don't actually want to go into stories that are oh, this is awful, non-consent type of things, but that was one.
Yeah, no,
that was a thing that was a normal. We liked each other. We're gonna have sex, and then we do, and it was just oh, it's super uneventful. I definitely didn't get off. He, and then the fucking cum poured all over my boots, and I was like,
well, yeah, and that's not
gross.
I'm sure he didn't mean for that to happen. I don't
know.
know.
He didn't. And it wasn't oh my God. It just got to a point where it was after too many times of having not great sex, I'm okay, we're not getting into our rhythm here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was a problem for me.
Yeah.
And I got to fix my boob. Okay. All right. So your turn.
Okay. So one story that happened to me was, well, maybe I should preface with when I got, I only had sex, I'm sure I've said this before, with my ex-husband before I went out into the world of sex. Actually, I know I've said it before.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I was not only entering a world I had no idea about, but also not knowing what it felt like to be desired or kissed or whatever, but or having boundaries and having being desperate for sex. So not having boundaries and just finding all the guys that, you know, anyways.
Easy target kind of thing.
Yeah. I was basically an easy target. So, so one guy I met on Tinder, obviously, but he started messaging me, and he, like, I remember seeing him in downtown somewhere, and I was like, this guy's like hot, and I saw him on the thing. I was like, oh, sweet, I like matched with a hot guy. and he was like saying stuff like, I'll like fuck you, like nobody's fucked you, and this and that. And I was like, okay. And so he came over, and he was just like jabbing and well, actually first, like, I was like, oh, let's go like hang out, you know. And like, this is the thing that I didn't realize before. Guys don't want to hang out with you. They don't want to like talk.
Well, the ones that want the sex only, they're not trying to connect.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Like and which is what I like ended up meeting because I was a newbie. Yeah. Into that world, so I didn't have the boundaries of when they start talking about sex. I just, instead of just cutting it off, I was like, okay, because if I don't, you know, and I was horny, so if I don't put up the boundaries then I'm not going to have anybody, you know, and like, I didn't have any patience either, and so there's a whole lot to all that, but, so this guy comes over, and I'm like, let's go in the backyard and like, you know, like talk or whatever, and it's like he just came over for one thing, and we're in the backyard, and he starts like fingering me, and I'm like, whoa there. And he wasn't being gentle. Like, he had no idea how to treat a vagina. Yeah. It just felt like it was getting a stick rammed in my vagina. Like, you're not gonna like do anything else. You're just gonna start sticking your finger in there. Like, you think I just want to just be like,
he did. No. He told me.
And I was like, whoa there, cowboy. And so we immediately moved it down to the bedroom because he just wouldn't stop, even when I was like, okay, calm it down. And we went into the bedroom, and it was like I was being hammered with his finger and his dick. And I'm like,
so, at the same time?
Yeah, well, you know, no.
I was like, wow, okay, all right.
Yeah, and I'm like, man, this is like he, I mean, and I didn't really know either, because I was just like, you can't do it like that. I have a sensitive, you know, vagina. Yeah. I mean, maybe, like who told this guy that that's how you're supposed to do it?
Nobody.
Like, what? Why does he think that?
I think a lot of it is that, like, women don't... First of all, a lot of those types of men, right, they just don't give a fuck, right? So there's that. But then also, like, a lot of us don't say anything. Right? We don't say, like, hey, that's not what we want. Or, hey, we're just kind of like, oh, you know.
Yeah, I guess. But I was like, you know, like, this is actually painful. Yeah. Did somebody tell him that felt good? Because he was talking to me on the...
Probably he just didn't care if it felt good for you or not. It felt fine for him.
But he was talking to me on the phone before he came over and was like, you want me to fuck you? You want me to fuck you hard? And he was saying stuff like that. And I'm like, not really. But, like, in my head, I'm like, you're hot. So I guess, you know, I'll find out. And when he came over, and then it was funny because when he left, I think it was like a full moon or something, you know. So I was like, I said some weird witchy shit to him just to freak him out a little bit. And, you know, I like the aftercare. Like, I'm more like, yeah, you know, I want you to like lay together and cuddle or whatever. Like, I like feeling a man, and I was hoping he'd like do that with me after he freaking stabbed my vagina to death. Yeah. I'm like, well, at least maybe we can cuddle. And then I can't believe I'm admitting this stuff online. I just, I just hope my kids never watch this. But so I said something witchy, like it's a full moon or something, and then he like freaking bolted out. He like skid down. I lived on like a high driveway, and he like skid down so fast, and I was like, oh, okay, bye. And he left his sock, and he left his like vape or something, and I messaged him, and I was like, you left your sock and your vape pen. I was like, so that means you're gonna have to come back. And I was like, and you left your sock, so that means I can do a spell on you. Or I said something weird just to freak him out.
Yeah.
Like I didn't, I just like freaking people out. And I was like, because it has your DNA or something. And I never heard from him again.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have heard from him again anyways, because
he just wanted to have bad sex with somebody and not have to like hear about it the next day.
Yeah, so the moral of the story is just because a guy is hot doesn't mean you're going to have good sex.
Oh, no, there's like that. No, so like majority of the time when they're super hot, it's not going to be great sex. Because they never learned how to like try for anything.
Yeah.
Because they've been hot their whole life, so they just have been had things, given to them. Let's pause. Not do anything with their...
So real.
It is.
Yes.
It's like, that's what you gotta remember, like, when you're like, oh, I really like this guy because he's hot. Like, remember that he probably sucks at everything. Huh?
He probably doesn't even know where the plug is.
Yeah, he's like, what?
What is this?
What are clit?
Yeah. The guy that I was with, he just thought he had to, like, ram me to death, and it hurt. It was so painful.
Wow, this feels great.
Like, my vagina hurts just thinking about it.
That's the worst.
Well, my vagina hurts just thinking about Brian, but it's a totally different reason.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to...
Sorry, Sam.
Ramming the cervix. Ramming and ramming.
Adios, cervexo.
He's gonna open your cervix door.
Yeah.
From the...
Pretty soon he's just gonna be fucking my uterus. He blew the door out.
He's like pounding the door open.
He's like, you don't need this anymore, right?
Oh my god.
He's gonna create a whole new hole.
Yeah,
whole
exactly.
New hole. New exciting place for dick.
Wait, why can't I think about this correctly?
Sorry for the interruption.
No,
That's
it's
all right.
okay. We're good.
It gives me time to like also it gives me time to fix my nipple. Yes, like if hot guys don't have to learn how to do anything because they've always just been given shit because they're hot and they've just been able to get away with shit. They've never actually learned, like, I have to try hard. And so
Yeah.
I've had plenty of bad sex with great looking men.
That was probably one of the only hot guy sex I had. The other good sex I had was with not hot men.
Yeah, because they got to try harder.
Yeah.
And I appreciate.
Do you want to tell a story, or do you
trying
want
to
me
think.
to tell another one?
Yeah, you tell another one.
Okay. So, this one dude who totally catfished on Tinder, and I still see him when I don't have the app right now because I'm just like not ovulating. I'm over it, but this one dude, like, I see him all the time, and I realize that his pictures were fake on the thing, and only like one picture was real, but he makes himself look like this other man. I don't know who he borrows. Maybe he borrows his older brother or something for his profile pictures. But so he came over, and I was looking out my window like at night waiting for him to come, and this dude with a like some crazy Corvette like drives all crazy, and I was like, oh my god, that's probably him. And it was him, and out steps a boy that looks like he's freaking 15.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, and I'm like, you don't look like your pictures. But, I mean, I still
You're
have
like,
sex
oh,
with
all
him.
right, I don't mind.
I still have sex with him.
Did you
but
check his ID?
I felt like a pedophile. And I was probably already, like, buzzed, you know, and still at the point in the beginning of my divorce that I didn't have any boundaries. And, you know, like, horny. So I was like, okay. And, so, and he was, oh my God. So he sounded gay. He looked like a little boy. So I felt like a pedophile. And he kept saying, like, while we were having sex, like, oh, baby, in, like, this gay voice.
Oh, I have...
And then when we were done, he had, like, his condom was, like, slipping off. And, like, some of the cum was coming out on the side. I'm like, oh, crap. I'm, like, the most fertile person. So I cannot get pregnant by this little man boy.
Yeah.
And little partial gay man boy, you know?
Yeah.
Who obviously tries to act like he's this somebody else, you know, speeding up in this Corvette and then, you know, I don't know. That was terrible. I didn't like that experience.
Yeah,
and I
that
still see his ass on the dating apps with the same pictures that are somebody else that looks like my type.
Yeah.
But when he came, he looked like a freaking 15-year-old child, which is the same age as my son.
Yeah, which is not helping the story at all.
Yeah, and it's super embarrassing to admit this, but
here
this
it is.
is the part of my...
This is where we're like, hey, we're being raw with you guys, you know? We're trying to be relatable by saying, like, here's some real ass shit that happens to us, and here's some real ass mistakes that we've made, and here's some real fucking bitch ass men that we've been wienered by.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna put it, like, in my book, so I might as well be open about it. I just don't want my kids to hear about it, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's many other people that have had bad sex stories, and when you, like, actually talk about it and show those embarrassing moments, maybe it will help somebody else to not feel so much shame about their embarrassing sex stories.
Yeah, or maybe they won't just be like, no, it was totally fine. They'll be like, oh, let's roast these fucking fools. Gonna get show up over here, be a dick, and have shitty sex with me, and you're gonna be roasted. I'm gonna fucking roast you if you just fucking breathe wrong in our direction.
I wish I could remember his name. Maybe I'll just go back on the dating apps so that I can, like...
Maybe one episode we should just, like, go on through Tinder.
Yes. I see the same repeated men. I was at the store yesterday because I was ovulating,
and so I needed some groceries.
No, I was actually doing Instacart, which was a huge mistake because it's like I couldn't even finish it because there were so many damn people in the store. But I saw a couple of guys that I've seen before on Tinder, and this one dude like that. I was like, oh, okay. Well, you look like your picture, and I like look straight in his eyes. I'm like, you remember me, motherfucker?
What was he, a douche? What like?
I just remember getting the impression from him that he was like one of those guys that like expect you to chase them.
Oh yeah.
And they'll like match with you, and then they won't say anything. Like, and then he like just gave me off the indication that he just wanted like a quick hookup.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you. I'm not just gonna.
Yeah.
Like, give you anything.
Do you understand the amount of time that you are wasting of hours by just liking everybody and hoping that you can try and get a hookup? Yeah. You're wasting, and there's nothing more annoying to me.
Yeah.
Than my fucking time being wasted. And people thinking that I'm stupid. Like, yeah. If you're lying to me or manipulating me and you think I'm a fool and don't know, now you are assuming that I'm stupid, and I fucking hate that. So I'm going to call somebody out on the manipulation just because you think I was so fucking stupid that I wouldn't pick up on this.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm going to call it out, and which people who manipulate hate. And half the time they don't even realize that they're fucking manipulating because it's just this ingrained fucking thing about their mommy issues. And look at how fucking cute these are.
Oh my gosh. They're like Christmas earrings.
They're Christmas earrings. Oops.
Aww.
And they're just bells, but they're red, green, and gold.
Those will definitely sell at the Christmas
Dingly.
fair that I'm going to.
Those little dingly bits.
Oh, that's adorable.
Excuse me.
I love how you came up with that. Like, I wouldn't have known how to do that. I just would have been like, Christmas bells.
Christmas bells.
I love it.
I got some extra shit. So I guess, gosh, I was trying to think, like, especially like just off the top of my head, I'm like, I don't know, man, because I've had some bomb ass sex. So I'm trying to think of like other.
Maybe we should have another episode about good sex.
I mean, I just don't even know that I'm gonna. Aside from that one, that's the one that I think of the most. I mean, obviously we talked about like how when me and Brian first hooked up, the sex was good, but there was that issue. And
that's
like,
just like communication.
That was communication, which we're already at a better point.
Yeah.
So like I'm trying to just think of like bad sex. I mean, it's hard because unless we're talking about like when I was a teenager or something, right, which all sex is supposed to be bad when you're that young.
I thought you had a lot of bad. You told me
I
you
thought
had
about it like. I mean, I thought when we started talking about it today, like, yeah, I clearly do. And I can't think of another thing that was like.
Well, great. So I just told two really embarrassing stories.
Well, no,
you don't have any.
I had one. I mean, I had a good one. It was just there was two stories in one. It was the same guy, but like, I don't know. There was like one time I was flirting with this guy, and he was younger than me, and I knew it was kind of gonna just be for sex, and I had never really done anything like it before, but it seemed like he was interested in me, and outside of just sex, we would talk dirty. But he would ask about, oh, what book are you reading, and things like that. So he was like kind of getting to know me, and then he came over. He was like, oh, I didn't realize you were gonna actually like be this hot in person, and I was like, what? And so we just went right into sex, and then he left, and then I guess because he has like a business page, like the algorithm on Instagram, it like blocked me or something, and so all of a sudden I'm blocked, and then I was unblocked. And then he messaged me and said, did you block me?
What?
And I don't even think I responded to him, but I was just kind of like, no, I didn't fucking block you. Like, you hooked up. We hooked up. We've been talking for months. And like, you think I'm just going to go and block you after that? But it was like, I don't know, something in the Instagram. But all of a sudden I couldn't see his page. And that's how we communicated, was through Instagram. Mm-hmm. So then all of a sudden he was back again. I could communicate with him, but we were no longer friends. And I was like, well, that's fucking weird. And then he was like, did you block me? And I'm thinking the whole time, like, no, this happened on your fucking end.
Does he not know how it works? Like, hello, if you have a business page, shouldn't you know?
I don't know, but I thought that like a lot of people will do something where they have something set up already that like adds people, and then it automatically deletes them. That way they get all these ads.
I remember when I worked in an office, there were some people that would say that.
And so I was just kind of like, oh, he must have a business account that like did that, or he just acted like he didn't know. But yeah. So I made some fucking Christmassy, fucking dangly jingle, fucking doohickeys. Woo woo woo, jingle jingle jingle. That's legit. But yeah, other than that, I think like. I think me and Brian are figuring things out, and like the sex is good, but like it's still us like trying to figure it out, and like both of us being like nervous to initiate with one another because we like each other. Yeah, it's like
when you seem like confident that like that would not be a thing.
Like you can be confident and still be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to mess this up. Like it's not that it's like an insecurity as much as it's just like a. I don't know, like, I don't know when
No, that
and
makes
what,
sense.
and I don't want it to be, you know, and so I just think too much about it, and then
Yeah.
he thinks too much about it. And what's really great about him is when this happened at any time with my ex, it was always my fault, and I was always in trouble about it because he never took accountability for his half of needing to, you know, try. And so I
Well,
like that, like, Brian always is like, he never makes me feel like it's just me or it's my fault for anything. Like,
Yeah. Well, okay, what about your ex that would expect you to, or did we already talk about that on another show?
that would what expect me to what?
To, like, he would just expect, he would make you feel like you were the problem. I think
Yeah, that
we
was
did
what
actually
that's what I
talk
was.
about another
Yeah,
one.
but that's who I was talking about just right now when I said, like, that's what I like about Brian is that he doesn't do that thing that my ex did. You know, where he
Well,
would expect me to initiate because he wasn't going to initiate.
okay, so you said that you've had good sex. Have you had bad sex with anybody? Because with all the time that I have had sex after my divorce, and even with, well, maybe I could talk about the bad sex of when I was married, but because that was the worst of it all. But even after, when I had sex when I was divorced, it was a lot of guys don't actually, at least what I've experienced, they all didn't know how to do foreplay or know that girls, you know, maybe I'll tell a story about this one guy that I was
Yeah, just do it.
yeah, because I'm trying to think, like, well, what makes, you know, the bad sex stories. And I feel like a lot of it is guys just not knowing how to treat a woman's body, or how to you know, get all that blood flowing.
Well, and then I also
know,
think too, like, for me, when I started thinking about it, I was like, oh, I've had all these, I've been with more people. But then I was like, you know what? I honestly have only, I mean, maybe when I was really young, but I've only had like that one guy I just mentioned that I met him on Instagram. It was the only time I met somebody. He came over and we had sex, and that was it. I've never just met somebody and had sex with them. I've always been somebody that dated them.
see, that's the difference between you and me, because
Yeah.
I never, like, when I got divorced, I, you know, like, was a baby to the dating world. And I don't want to keep repeating myself, but, like, because of that, I never dated anyone,
Yeah.
because I didn't know that all these guys were just wanted sex, because they would pretend like, okay, I have a good story now that I think about that.
Yeah.
And I've learned at this point, and it, like, I've had, like, a lot of shame about it, you know, but I've learned a lot from all of it. But so this, after, like, a series of guys that I had sex with that were just, you know, like, they connect online, and then we end up having, like, a one night stand or whatever, and never hear from them again. I started to get tired of that, because it, like, I was like, I don't want this, you know.
Yeah.
I do want sex, but I don't want a one night stand.
Yeah.
And, like, I want the intimacy and stuff. And so I remember this one guy, we started, like, connecting, and he's like, oh yeah, I do jujitsu, and I compromised because I was still at a desperate place, because he was not my type, like, image, like, physically.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, well, he could be attractive, you know, like, and we connected into jujitsu. He's like, oh, well, I'll do jujitsu with you or whatever. And I was like, oh, cool, you know.
Yeah.
You know, like, so he came over, and I was like, well, so, like, you know, it's like,
He came
talk
over
a little or whatever.
and you lost your nerve. He
Yeah,
was drunk again.
He didn't.
Oh.
Well, we didn't drink. He just came straight over, and he didn't look like his pictures. this is when I was starting to realize, like, I have to go on a date with somebody and meet them. And I did learn that eventually.
Yeah.
But at this point, I still, like, I even, like, when he left, I was like, why are you guys like this? You know, but he came over and we talked for a little bit, but I realized he didn't even live in San Diego. He just wanted to hook up because he was depressed and his father had just died. So he was just in town for a funeral. And I was like, motherfucker.
Well,
like,
and that's what he said.
No, but I think it was.
For all we know, he was just trying to get the pity party going for him, and he could have just been like, he just lived in PB.
Well, I think he told me this after we had sex because I was like, really? That's it? But so we started doing like maybe 2 moves in jiu-jitsu, and then we started having sex.
Yeah.
And I just remember him getting like frustrated because like he was just like positioning me like I was like a prop, and like he must have been an ass guy or whatever, which a lot of them are when they connect with me because they're ass men because I have the ass.
Yeah,
whatever.
you do.
But then, so he was like propping me, and then like, and I was like getting annoyed because I'm like, this is bullshit. And then he like laid me on the couch and he put my thighs a certain way and almost like started having sex with my thighs. And I'm like, what is going on here? And then he just like stopped because I think he could tell that I was irritated. And I'm like, what is this about? And then I realized later, I'm like, he's like one of those people that are like have a fetish with thick thighs, in which I found out that there's a bunch of guys that are like that.
Yeah.
They mentioned like my thick thighs and that's like turns them on or something. So,
yeah, I always get fucking people sliding in the DMs like, ooh, you're thick. I love thick. And I'm like,
dude.
the fuck? Nobody cares what you love.
Yeah, and when now that I'm at a point where I'm like learned all my lessons and I'm like, God, like I was so I don't know the word, but anyways, now like when guys they initially first talk about like my body and that's the first thing they say, I'm like, no.
Yeah, that's how you know.
Delete.
That's exactly what they're there for. And that's why it's like, okay. Like, I had one guy one time, like, he seemed like we were getting along. It was fine. And then, like, he said something about, like, him wanting me to sit on his lap. And I was just kind of like, that's kind of a weird thing to say to somebody that hasn't met you yet.
Yeah.
And he was just like, oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Like, I'm just, you know, and I'm getting excited about, like, talking to you and everything. And then I, like, later on he had said something that like he owned a house in PB and like
impressive.
And he had like 3 bedrooms or whatever, and I literally was like being sarcastic though, and I was like, oh, you own a home with 3 bedrooms in PB? Gross. LOL. Like, I know, awesome. And I was like, you know, but I was kidding, you know, I was just kind of like, you know, obviously that's impressive, you know, San Diego's expensive, and so like it's neat, you know, and he was
hilarious.
He was like, gross. He's like, you're lucky I haven't talked to you because you're fat.
Are you kidding me?
And I was like,
so your line didn't work, so you're gonna insult somebody?
I was like, okay, so I was clearly being sarcastic about it being hilarious that you own a place, but like you're so insecure that like you assumed that I meant it was a bad thing, and then you attacked me and called me fat. And then he's just like, I was like, wow, that was ridiculous. And I was like, I'm done. He's like, what? You can say something and I can't? And I was like, I was clearly joking.
That sounds like an insecure,
and he's
man.
like, oh, so what I was saying couldn't be a joke? And it was just like, yeah, I'm done. And I blocked him. And this is before I gave up on the online dating, because now I will not go on online dating at all. I refuse.
Well, that's why I only go on when I'm ovulating now, because it's just like a waste of my time to deal with all these like.
And I get that you go on there when you're ovulating, but like you need to not go on there when you're ovulating. Go out when you're ovulating. Go out with your friends or something. Like, Stop going on there. You're just gonna get the
I
same
know. I need
bullshit.
to put it on my calendar. I'm ovulating. Call Tiffany.
Let's go out.
Like, I seriously, because I've never kept track of my period ever.
Really? I've been keeping track of my period for years.
I guess it's just because I'm not a very, like, I'm a more of a sporadic artsy person, and I mean, when I say artsy, I mean like I don't have like that kind of brain where like I'm organized. I'm more like wanting to create in my brain.
I just wanted to be able to plan events and different things, and it's like if I don't ever know when I'm going to start, then I'm like always like, well, when did I start? When? And so I started using an app that's like for period stuff, and then you can also track. But I'm also a fucking nerd, so I'm like, oh, data correlation, and
See,
I
I'm
love all
not
that
a nerd
stuff.
at all. It's for me, it's overwhelming to be that way. But I do admire people that are like that. That's why I always compliment you about it.
Yeah, I mean, all I do is go in there. Like when I start my period, I just go in there and put the day. I click a button.
But I can feel it when I'm going to start. I guess that's.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so regular that like I don't really need to track. I know exactly when I'm ovulating just by my body's feel, and I know exactly when, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know a 2-day window when I'm going to start my period. Like I'm like, oh, I feel horny right now. That means I'm going to start my period in 2 days.
Yeah.
And like clockwork, I start my period in 2 days.
Yeah, no, I always know. I can feel it. I even know when I'm ovulating, like I can feel it in my body. I think I have way too much on my plate that like adding one more thing or a note or figuring something out is just like, I can't. I mean, but I wish I was that way sometimes, but I don't know.
But yeah, I don't really think I have like any other, I didn't really like have time to like think much about it. I could also talk about great sex because at one point I used to think like, oh, like, am I going to have good sex? Is it going to be bad sex? And I started to realize the common denominator of the good sex was me. I am the common denominator when there's good sex.
Well,
I'm always a part of it.
how much time do we have? Because I mean, we could just talk about good sex.
Well, I don't think that we need to like even, I think.
I was saying, it doesn't matter.
We already had some great.
Why do we put why do I put myself in a box? I mean, I have more bad sex stories, but.
Well, I think that, like, those are, like, amazing. You know,
the bad sex stories?
I mean, like, they're great. It's just the only reason why I don't have a ton is, again, because, like, mine were always me dating somebody. I'm not, like, just finding somebody and then it being, like, this disastrous sex experience. It's typically, oh, we're dating and then we finally have sex and I find out, like, oh, I have one.
Okay.
Oh, I have one. So
okay, tell us.
I was very young, though, still, but I was in the military at my first duty station, and there was a guy that I liked, and we were hanging out, and so we started hooking up, and before we hooked up, you know, we would talk dirty or whatever, and he was like, you know, yeah, I just want you to deep throat me, you know, and I was just like, oh, yeah, I can't wait, whatever.
I hate deep throating.
Anyways, we were like, it doesn't bother me, but I was like, okay.
This doesn't bother you?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It's like a second language. Just kidding.
Oh my god, I hate it. I don't want to like have to puke, but anyways, keep going.
So we finally get alone and we're together, and you know, I go to like, you know, getting hot and heavy, we're making out and like going down. So I'm about to like, you know, unzip his pants and
Open up the present.
yeah. And it was so fucking small that
Really?
it didn't even reach the back of my throat.
No way.
So literally, he's like, oh, I just want you to deep throat me. Like I couldn't. It didn't even go in there. And then one time, you know, but you know, I still really liked him. So we were doing stuff anyways. And then we were hanging out with some friends, and I had said something like, well, his penis is cute like a little puppy.
Oh my God.
And he was not thrilled by that.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, what was this? Was it, so it wasn't good sex because his penis was small? Or?
Well, we had just had it was actually like, this is just the first time that like we ever did anything. We didn't actually have sex. We just did that. But I just remember him like really talking about like, oh, I just can't wait for this thing to happen. And then I realized that his penis was not even big enough for said thing to happen. You know?
So what do you...
So like what...
Did you like...
Pretend?
Like what happened?
Did I just make the noises?
You pretend
I'm like,
that he was deep throating
I'm
you?
all like, what? What?
Oh my
No.
God. What'd you do then?
I just gave him a blowjob.
Did he say like... Did he show any like, oh, she's not deep throating me?
I feel like maybe he knew. You know, call me crazy, but sometimes they know the distance from a typical girl's throat to lip ratio, and then it wasn't actually going to be a thing that happened with him.
Yeah.
Because I don't have an unusually deep face. So they can't just use that as the thing like, oh, you know what? It must be because she has a really deep face. And so it just didn't touch the back of her throat because like, it's not the size of my penis. It's the depth of her face.
Oh my God. Did they really say that?
No, nobody's ever said that. That's what I was saying. Like, you can't use that as an excuse. So I'm sure he's never been deep throated.
What the hell is this anyways? Is that an alien?
It's a snail.
Oh, I don't even know where I found this.
I don't even know.
Found so many mini things.
Why won't this stay the fuck on my bell?
Well, I wanted to say, because you were talking about a small penis, there, like, so many guys that I talk to think, and I had a conversation recently with somebody about that, from a guy, and they think that that they're supposed to have a big penis, but it really isn't about, well, I mean, maybe if you're deep throating, they want to deep throat and you can't deep throat.
Yeah.
But like one of my best times with a guy, he had like a smaller penis, but I didn't care. And he also, like, you know him, the limp dick guy, I realized it was performance anxiety, but I didn't care because when it was hard, the intimacy was so good. Like, at least for me, like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just different because I don't like deep throating. But
I mean, it's not like I love it. I just said I don't mind it.
But I mean, but I'm saying, like, it's not always about the size. And guys think so much that it matters how big it is. It's how you know how to use it.
Yeah.
Isn't there like a saying about that?
It's not the size of the wave, it's the motion of the ocean.
Oh my gosh, I've never heard that.
Oh, really?
There's another way that people say it,
Oh.
but that's amazing.
I just think that it does kind of like
maybe if it's like so small, you can't feel it inside of you.
I mean, but
Because I like to feel it inside
even
of
if
me.
it is like that, if there's other things that can be done. There's like penis extenders, things like that. Like, as long as you're
There's
open.
a penis extender?
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's people in the world that have small penises and they still want to be able to get pleasure but give pleasure, and sometimes it's just too small. And so there's like things that you can do that kind of help with making sure everybody has the pleasure that they need, you know. But again, that comes with a conversation.
Yeah.
And you have to be somebody that can like have that depth of conversation with another person. Like, hey,
Yeah.
like, I don't want to tell you that your penis is small, but I would like you to use this penis extender.
Yeah. I just always think of that. I mean, well, no, that doesn't matter. And I probably said it before.
What? You're overly worried about saying it before that now you've been saying, I've probably said that before way too many times.
It's because I literally just watched a couple episodes yesterday trying to edit, and I was like, damn, I repeat myself a lot. It's so effing annoying. And why do I keep saying effing?
I don't know, but you also keep saying, and I probably already said this before.
I know,
I
I
probably
said it
already
like
said this
3
before,
times.
and I'm like, all right, dude, at this point, just say the thing.
I need to say,
Like, you're just so
Just
worried
'cause
about it.
I'm-
You said it before. For all the, they might not watch that other episode. They might only watch
I
this one. So even if
know.
you repeat it, it's still okay.
I'm just hard on myself.
You said hard on.
Well,
Dude.
okay, so
I'm so thrilled with these.
I think they're adorable.
They're amazing. Look at how fucking cute these are. I'm literally just putting bells on little rings and then getting some of this like chain, and
Maybe we should like make these as during the holidays. Can
that's
we
literally
skip
what
them?
I'm fucking doing right now.
No, I'm talking about the episode. So it doesn't air like months after Christmas.
Well, I think maybe when we show the thing, you can put that in a social media post. You want any more of this? Because I'm fucking tearing through it, dude.
Maybe just that's good. That's good.
But yeah, I think that you should. And these are also things that we needed to talk about off of air.
Okay.
'Cause this will have to get cut out.
I know. Oops, sorry.
And then just so we know where it is when I'm going through. Yeah.
Okay.
But so aside from sex, how was your week?
Well, it was a week with my kids, and it was a lot of me dealing with knowing how to deal with teenagers and not taking offense and not defending, and also, having to, it's not just dealing with teenagers. I have to deal with the secret manipulation of their father that's constantly trying to do stuff. It's kind of hard to explain, but so I had to like deal with a lot of that this week, and trying to and then Thanksgiving was yesterday.
Yeah.
And my sweet daughter, she kept calling me on Thanksgiving, and I literally turned my phone off, and I had to deal with my son, who has a lot of, he's my rebellious teenage boy. But she acts as like the middle person, unfortunately, and she feels bad for everyone.
Yeah.
And she kind of gets in the middle of all the manipulation and all the drama. And she's like, well, why didn't you answer my phone? Like, did you do anything? Like, what'd you do? Did you hang out with family? And I realized that she's worried about me, probably. Yeah. Like, that I just did nothing. She's like, did you do nothing? And I'm like, that's actually the best thing in the world for me at this very moment, is just to shut off everything, just really just like sink into
depression
things. No, really. I mean, I know it, like I told you last time, I was like dealing with that, but it was really just me figuring out stuff, which a lot of stuff is, I'm realizing, is my mission, one of my things in life, to expose the hidden manipulation. And a lot of it has to do with my kids and how they're being affected by their dad. But anyways, like I just wanted to be alone on Thanksgiving. I don't want to have to like plan anything. I don't want to have to, like, even I could have went and hung out with my family, but I didn't want to. I just wanted to like literally.
So you didn't do anything?
No, but I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Like, I've like years of me being a mom of 5 kids and doing everything, not having to plan a single thing, even just making something and going to somebody's house, or figuring out what I'm going to bring and communicating through all that stuff. Like, all that stuff is just so overwhelming. And I have like a huge ass family. There's already a few parties that I'm getting overwhelmed about.
Yeah.
Like I have a cookie party tomorrow, and I have to make a shit ton of cookies, and they want me to make, well, everybody is supposed to make 4 dozen cookies. And then we go and swap them. But, like, that's so many cookies.
Yeah.
And there's so many people in our family, which is fine. But I'm just like, I'm like enjoying the like alone time right now, and like I'm getting a lot of like
I love my alone time.
insights, and yeah, and I'm just like like I'm starting to learn how to meditate and like just really like, I don't know, it's a good time, and then also it's a hard time with my kids, but yeah, I've had a good week, honestly.
Yeah.
Even though it's been hard as hell, I've really seen the good in it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I gave Brian a lot of blowjobs.
I'm so jealous.
And
I wish I had somebody to give a blowjob to. That's the other thing I've been struggling with. I'm like, I'm so badly.
It's a lonely time of the year, you know, and I'm usually single, so it's you know, but yeah, that's
it's like
that's
a
what I was
reminder.
gobbling up on Thanksgiving.
Definitely deep-throated him, right?
Well, you can't not.
Yeah, exactly.
Just the tip is the deep throat.
Oh my god.
But no, I hung out with my best friends. We went over there to their house, to For's house, and she has a little boy named Schmyatt. And
Is that the cute chick that like kind of hosted one of the hashers? She's like a freckled blonde chick.
she is blonde.
Yeah.
I don't know that she's freckled.
Maybe
But-
not freckled, but she.
Oh, you're talking about the
reminds
Pride
me of one of
hash.
my friends. Yeah.
So the Pride Hash, yeah, it was me, For, and Soso. That
I know who Soso is.
yeah,
So
it's
the
yeah,
other
For's
one
the
that
other
was-
one. Yeah, the
Okay,
cute
that's what I
blonde.
thought.
Yep. And
Aw.
so we're at her house, and then I brought Sam, and we hung out, and it was great. And you know, we did the same thing where we said like what we're thankful for, and like that was, you know, one of my things is like I'm thankful for my friends and like this time that I'm getting with them, and the forgiveness that I get with them when I fucking do something stupid, or you know, just I'm just grateful for our friends. I think this year more than I've really ever been grateful for friends, and
That's
it's been a
great.
good year for friendship for me, and like, you know, with me and you, and with, you know, me and my other girl group. God fucking damn it, this stupid little fucking ring won't do the fucking thing it's supposed to. But yeah, I had a great time with them yesterday. We did like trivia. I fucking love trivia. So even though I'm terrible at it, like I'm actually not even that great at trivia, but I just love it anyways, because I'm not knowing all the answers, but I'm learning, and I'm a nerd about learning. So
Yeah.
but fucking Schmeyen is like a fucking genius.
Really?
Dude, he knows. He's the trivia master of the world. For real. He's so fucking good at it. And, well, you know, all of them are actually, even like For and Soso both are fucking great at it. And I'm just like, man, I'm so impressed with you guys.
The nerdy part of you is like, oh.
But I did like end up drinking, like, normally I just drink like White Claws and stuff, but I ended up drinking like 2 bottles of wine by myself. And I just spit all over everything right now. So that's going to cost extra for these earrings. It costs extra for me to spit.
You have the goddess DNA of Tiffany on those earrings.
But aside from that, you know, it's just been nice to have Sam home this week. And
Oh,
the
yeah.
I had a hard time at work because,
Did you work Monday through Wednesday? And then
yeah, Monday,
did you
Tuesday,
work
Wednesday.
today?
No, today was off. And then, but it's just been nice.
Damn it, you piece.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you,
Get in line.
Jewel piece of shit. Sometimes it just feels better to like say it like that instead of like, I don't know why my craft isn't doing the thing that I want it to do. It's like, you know what, like
know,
say what
like,
you really mean.
Fucking do what you're supposed to do, you little piece of shit.
Yeah. I'm trying to clamp you. You fucking little clamp.
Yeah, and my eyes aren't as good as they used to be, so.
My eyes are great.
Okay, so why did you have a hard time at work?
Just work is weird. Oh my God. Yeah, that's what I want to say. So I have this coworker that I really liked, and I was like, oh, okay,
Are they
cool.
the
like,
one that you talked about last time? The
Yeah,
one
that he
gave
ended up
you a second or didn't
But then
Assume?
he said some shitty the assume guy.
Okay.
You know, and that like hurt my feelings because I like thought we were cool, and I was like, I like that I have a coworker that like is like has my back and like kind of gets me or whatever, and you know, it feels like, oh, he's my friend. I have a friend now at work, and it makes me feel more comfortable in general at work, and I guess he had to like put his dog down on Wednesday, and I was like, oh my God, what a shitty Thanksgiving. And so I had sent him a text like, you know, hey, I'm so sorry about that. Like, I'll drink one for you this week or whatever. Like, just being like a friend. And he fucking sends me a message that says, and this is not my first fucking rodeo with this fucking game. Hey, we can't really talk about things that aren't work related because I respect my marriage.
You're just talking about his fucking dog.
I was like, oh, okay, cool, sorry. But what I wanted to say was, what a weird fucking thing to say.
Like, what were you responding to about the dog?
I quite literally have never flirted. I've never been like, well, sometimes maybe you need to find that. Never flirted. I have a fucking boyfriend. I'm just a nice person.
Oh, you have a boyfriend.
I don't.
She can't admit it, but now she is. I caught you.
Anyways, let me finish.
Sorry.
So
it's just amazing.
So like all of this stuff totally could not be misconstrued as anything else. And I'm like, okay, but you know what? I've worked with men before. Obviously, I'm in a predominantly male career field because as a veterans are usually males. So when you hire a bunch of veterans, what you're doing is hiring a bunch of males. And so, you know, I'm used to it or whatever, but like, it just kind of sucked and it definitely threw me off guard. I was like, what? Like, nothing I'm doing or saying is disrespectful to a relationship. Never would I ever disrespect his relationship. And weird that like that even needed to be said. Like, do you tell your guy friends that text you that?
But was it like on a group thread?
No, it was just me and him.
Like, he told you, why was he telling you that his dog went down?
Well, he had made a post in the group. I mean, we still text sometimes, like, you know, but we have a group chat on Messenger, like Microsoft, and so he had made a comment, and it was kind of, I was like, wait a second, is he meaning like last? You know, so he hadn't been online for a couple of hours, and I was just like, hey, did you mean like last, or like just last because of like the surgery and stuff that's been going on? Because like we had talked about his dog before. And so then he responded, and I was like, oh man, I'm so sorry. Just being a nice friend, you know? So like there was no way to misconstrue anything that I have ever fucking said. Not to mention, he's the one that will send like pictures of the clouds coming in. Like, this is what it looks like here today. Like, he's the one that will send those. And I think I've only ever sent one picture at all. And it was literally, I mean, he is literally the one that would like send me a Facebook post or something like that was like funny. And he would send it to me in the text. Like, he initiated all of that. And I was just like, oh, this is cool because he's my friend. So we're friends.
So he has no actual.
And then he said that. No, not at all. Not even remotely.
Is weird. It's so annoying.
It's so fucking weird.
Do you like come to work with your tits out or anything?
It doesn't fucking matter.
No, I'm just wondering.
But no, I don't even work with him. He teleworks. He lives in like Tennessee or something.
The reason I'm asking is because maybe he's like attracted to you and he's just trying to like.
Again, not my fucking problem.
No, I know, but I'm just wondering.
Yeah, no. Like, I mean, my tits are gigantic.
I know,
it's
but
a little
does
hard
he
to
ever
not
see?
go. No, but he doesn't ever see them because he doesn't live here, and we don't do live online meetings.
I was just wondering.
Yeah, so it's like if he's attracted to me, it's because there's a picture of me in my blazer and, you know, totally professional, and he likes that, or he's somehow found me on social media or something. But like, that's again not on me. Like, he needs to.
I know. I didn't say
out.
it was on you, but I'm wondering if it has to do with it. I'm just curious if it has to do with his own insecurity that he's afraid he's gonna like fall for you if he gets too emotionally
Yeah,
close.
but what fucking audacity to think that if you fucking fall for me, that means I'm gonna also fall for you.
Yeah.
Like the audacity of that. Like, who the fuck do you think you fucking are?
Yeah. That's just, he just, like.
Oh no, I'm
ruined
totally
it.
done with him. And I honestly, I was like, never have I ever been made to feel so uncomfortable at a fucking workplace as this place that I'm at right now. And I'm real bummed about it, guys, because I just hardly even have been working here, and I really don't know what I'm supposed to do about this kind of a work situation. Like, now I don't have him have my back. My boss is never around. I have the other guy that like is constantly trying to like make me point out what I don't know and what he does know. It's just like weird dynamic, and I've just never worked at a place that just started off this rough.
Yeah.
And like without some kind of like mentorship program, like where I can like chime in with somebody and be like, hey, how do I handle this? Like, I'm not getting anywhere fast with this crew, and I am like, I don't know. It's fucking wild to me. It's wild to me that he said that. Who the fuck do you think you are? Who do you think you are?
It's just like weird.
It's fucking weird. It's fucking weird. I work with men. One time I worked at a unit in Fresno, and the guys there were like trying to get me not to go to the family day.
What?
Yeah, they were like, hey, so you're gonna go to family day? Like, it would be cool if you like didn't go, because like I'm gonna go with my wife, and my wife doesn't know that we work with you. And it was more than one person in the shop didn't want me to go, because
Well, you know, it's just insecure people, and you're haughty, so they're like.
well, so they think I fucking don't know my job. Like when I had to tell my coworker, I didn't get this fucking far in my career by being a fucking idiot. So like, please don't think that I have faked my resume to get here to this point. Like, that is so insulting to even remotely breathe wind on that subject. Like, fuck you. I've been doing this for just as fucking long as half the people here. I just might be younger than everybody. So yeah, I have that. I have 24 years of experience in logistics, and you might have 34 years of logistics experience. Cool. But don't take away my knowledge of logistics just because I don't know how to do like one task at a brand new company using a brand new database. Like, get the fuck out of here. And then turn around and be like, hey, I respect my marriage, so I can't chat with you. What?
That's just dumb.
Yeah.
It
has nothing to do with me.
Well, you know what?
that,
It's not dumb. It's insulting.
It's extremely insulting. I am insulted. I am annoyed. And I'm kind of grossed out.
You should have said, like, well, not you should have, but like.
I should have sent him a picture of my butthole.
Later, like.
That'll show him. This piece of shit.
God. Like, what part of me just having like empathy about your life when you've posted it online has anything to do with your commitment with your marriage?
I just have learned nowadays to not even, honestly, if someone wants to be that irrational about anything, it's not my place to try to convince or defend myself. I have zero interest in explaining or trying to be like, well, what happened, or what about this made you think that? I don't give a fuck what made him think that. I don't give a fuck what he thinks. I don't give a fuck why he fucking said it.
Yeah.
I now know that he's probably a fucking skis ball.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, you just showed me that what I needed to know.
Yeah, like, exactly. Everything in that one statement was me going, oh, okay, cool, sorry. And like, I now know that you don't have my back.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not my friend. You probably have gone out on your wife at some point, and that's why there's a big fucking issue. Otherwise,
Exactly.
You could just be cool with me. Or maybe you just don't want to talk to me. You're using your wife as an out. That's cool too. Whatever. Either way, what that told me was, fuck you.
Yeah,
So.
you told me everything with that. I'm learning a lot about that lately. It's like not to waste my energy on anybody.
Yeah.
Explaining or defending or like even at the grocery store when I'm walking by somebody who does something rude to me, I don't get offended anymore. I'm like, that's your shit. I'm going to continue to do what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be like, hey, bitch.
Hey, bitch.
You just, what's your problem? Like,
what's your problem?
Like, everybody's, like, things, it's like, it's not a waste of my energy. It's just, like, I'm not a part of that. So.
No, it is. Somebody does something stupid, and I'm just kind of like, in my head, I think, oh, that's who you are. Cool.
Yeah.
I know who I am, so I don't need to fucking justify anything. I'm not going to try to beg you to be my friend still. Oh my God, please still just be like, no, suck it.
Yeah.
0 fucks.
Yeah. Did you know that, I mean, I'm into all the, like, astrology or you woo-woo stuff, but it's like the end of the year of the snake or something. We're shedding of everything, and there's just so many, like, things that I just don't give a shit about anymore. Like, it's not, like, I don't put my energy into any of it anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
I do be knowing. Because I just... Oh, God. Men are so fucking stupid sometimes.
Yeah. I think I'm also, like, and it's funny because I said this, like, last week or something in front of my kids. They always, like, make fun of me because I'm, like, I always make fun of them, too. I'm like, they're like, what are you doing, Mom? And I'm like, I'm hanging out with my boyfriend. So I have, and they're like, we know you don't have a boyfriend, Mom. And then another time, I don't remember what we were saying, but I told my daughter, I forgot what I was going to say already.
You told your daughter.
Wait, I told my daughter
they're
something.
always making fun of you. And so one time...
Oh, I said, you know what? I'm good. I don't want a boyfriend or something. I don't remember the context. And she's like, you say that all the time. And I was like, no, I don't. I really mean it this time. But yeah, I truly, like, of course I want a boyfriend, you know, like, but I'm just really enjoying this time in my life right now. And I know we've talked about this before.
Yeah. Yep. We all know that you know that because you've said about it. You've said how many times you've talked about shit. Oh, I didn't think I've said that before. I think I've said that before. Like, yeah, you know, some parts of our lives are redundant, and that's normal.
Well, I really do feel like I'm good. Like, I'm really enjoying my life right now.
You're only saying that because you're not ovulating, because...
I just finished ovulating, like,
yeah.
Literally.
Mm-hmm. Because sometimes
actually,
you get, like, really down sometimes on, like, being alone and worrying about, like, time running out.
Well, yeah, because
I love this.
Like, when I freaking shit.
When you ate shit. Oh, tell me about your hand.
Oh, yeah. Well, did I talk about how I ate shit in the shower last week? And
no.
My kids didn't even care. Well, so, you know, I was having all this drama with my kids and just, you know, they're just being jerks. And so I was, like, feeling kind of lonely. I'm like, well, I don't have, like, they're the only reason I live. I mean, not the only reason, but, like, they're my main motivation in life. And when that is hard, it makes me feel lonely because what's going to happen, you know? And, like, when they go with their dad, I'm, like, all by myself, even though I'm very busy and I have a million things to do or whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes it still feels lonely, you know?
Yeah.
When I'm home alone or whatever.
I do know. Yeah.
So, when the kids were being kind of like jerks or whatever, I got in the shower and I freaking slipped. There was, like, I think the shampoo dripped on the shower, or maybe it was my son's jizz. I'm just kidding. So it was super slippery. So I stepped into the shower and I freaking went flying in the air and ate shit. I'm surprised I don't have bruises. Maybe I do. I just don't see them. It probably felt like an earthquake. And when I went out the shower, well, my one cute little bear son, my youngest son, he like came and he's like, "What happened?" And the other kids didn't give a flying crap. And I was like, "I'm okay," or whatever. But like that moment, I'm like, what if I like ate shit when I was by myself and I died or something? Like, my kids are starting to not give a shit about me. Like, that's how I felt at the time.
Yeah.
So, what? Like, you know, I'm going to be like one of those people that die in their apartment and they find them like a week later. But, and then when I got out of the shower, I told my daughter, I was like, "Did you hear the earthquake?" And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You did? How dare you not come and make sure your mother's okay?"
It's funny because my mom called me the other day and she's like, "Did you feel the earthquake?"
Seriously?
I should have been like, "It was just Althea. She fell in the shower. It's fine, Mom."
Althea.
But there was an earthquake near like Fresno or Paso or something. It wasn't like
really?
It wasn't like super big or whatever. But my mom said she felt it.
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh." She said, "Did you feel it?" I'm like, "No, that's too far, Mom."
Oh.
That was just Althea.
I remember one time my husband said that too when we were married. I like went and like I sat down super hard on the toilet or something. And I think, you know what? I'm probably messing the story up, but I think there wasn't. No, there wasn't an earthquake. And when I came out, maybe I slipped and he just made fun of me and he said he thought it was an earthquake.
Sounds
what
on
was I
brand.
gonna say like about something else?
That is super big.
About my kids.
Well, you're
Something about being lonely.
Yeah, when they're not around and stuff, then you feel lonely. But that but you actually are okay with being.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna say something about my daughter, but yeah, like I really am okay with being alone right now. I mean, of course I want my forever person, but I'm more okay now than I was before.
Yeah, I find it hard to get used to having a person.
Yeah. I'd be knowing that.
Did you just try to make fun of me right now? This fucking bitch.
I don't know what's come over me right now.
That was full Tiff.
Because I love it when you say. Sometimes I'm at home, like, randomly, and I hear in my head, "I be knowing."
I've been knowing that.
Seriously.
Well, it's funny because when I'm with, like, Flor and So, whenever I'm laughing really hard, I always say, "I'm cry."
I'm cry? What does that mean?
It's from
like
it was from like a whole thing. It was like a meme back in the day, and it was basically like she's crying and the person is crying, but it just says "I'm cry," and I think it's so funny. And so whenever I'm laughing so hard, I'm like "I'm cry."
Can we take a break real quick? I gotta pee.
Yeah.
Or it's an hour and 24 minutes. Should we
yeah.
end it?
We should just end it.
Yeah, because I think that I wanted to do what we're thankful for, but I don't really care that much.
Yeah, and it's not going to air until like January.
I'm thankful
actually
for
February,
my tits. That's all I was going to say anyways.
Yeah.
I'm not thankful for my family.
Fuck those motherfuckers.
I'm just thankful.
Shits.
Yeah, like that's what you're supposed to say, but I ain't thankful for that. Okay. Well, let's cheers then, and we can just end it.
Yeah. Even though I'm empty. But okay. Well, that was great.
Yeah.
Got to roast some fucking fools tonight. And I made a ton of these super cute little danglies earrings that we're going to sell. And
I made a bunch of little weird mini toys and shit from my earrings that I found for my kids. And Barbie
shoes.
Yeah. And donuts.
Donuts.
Tiny donut earrings.
Oh my god, donuts.
But anyways.
Cheers,
thanks
bitch.
everybody for watching.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Cheers. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. Cheers. to your nothing glass.